Okay, so I'm going to try this again, this time with narration that actually sounds. So here we go with Excel Independent Project 3.4. I've already got the file downloaded and open. So the first step says to use the quick analysis tool to create a clustered column chart object for cells A4 to G9. So I'm going to go through this rather quickly. So we're going to go to A4 right here and go all the way over to G9. This little icon here, that's the quick analysis tool. So I'm going to go there, choose charts, choose clustered column, I believe is what it said, and there I get my chart. So it says to move the object so that the top left corner is in cell A12, so we're going to do that. Move it right down here to A12, get it as close in there as I possibly can. Let me try one more time. A12. Okay, I think hopefully that's going to be close enough. And then the bottom cell is supposed to go to H30. So we're going to go all the way over here to H and down to 30. Okay, and that is that. Okay, moving on to step 4, we're going to edit the chart title. So I'm going to go up here and click where it says chart title, and this will give me a text box where I can type. You want to make sure you type exactly, including the correct capitalization, or you will get counted off. Okay, so we're going to do that on the first line. And then it says on the second line, type by department. So it says in the formula bar, which I'm not real sure, which would be up here, it said to press Alt-Enter to start a new line. I'm not really getting that to do anything, so if you go down in, oops, I'm going to undo, into the chart title at the end, go to the end of your line and then just hit enter, it will give you another line. So I hope that doesn't cause anyone to lose points. I'm going to have to do a little research on that. I'm not sure why that's working that way. Okay, then it says apply style 14 to the chart. So we're going to go up here into this, and I believe it should be style 1. Style 14 is this last one right here. So what I did is I went up here under chart design. This is your chart styles. It says right here. Clicked it open, and then 14 I just figured would be near the end, so I just went right here to the end. And it kind of gives us this little glow effect. Now it says apply a 1-point black text 1 outline to the chart area. Our chart area is already selected, so now we're going to go to Format, the contextual tab that appears, and we're going to go to Shape Outline. And this is text black 1, but you're not done yet. You want to go choose the weight of your line, and it needs to be at a 1. Oops, I'm sorry, nope, that did the chart title instead, so make sure that you only have this outside border selected. So we're going to do that again. And go to the weight and make sure you choose 1. And now we've got it around the outside of our chart. There's all kinds of parts to this chart in here. You can see you're going to be selecting different bits, so make sure you get the right part selected. For instance, right here it says display the primary minor horizontal axis grid lines. Format the major value axis grid lines with black text 1. Okay, so we're going to display the minor ones. So we're going to select our chart. I'm going to go up under Format. This is chart area. And then we have, it says here that the chart elements drop down. Okay, is that going to be in chart design? Oh yeah, add chart design and add a chart element. And then here's our grid lines. And we want the major value axis. Primary minor horizontal is what we want. The primary I can't even say it. The primary minor horizontal, which are all these itty bitty lines in the middle. So we want to display those. And then format the major value axis. So you want to make sure you're clicking on the major ones. See all these little dots? They're by the big lines. So you want to get those. And again, we're going to do those with the black text 1. It doesn't give us a weight on that one, so we're going to leave that as it is. Do not change the color for the minor grid lines. Okay, so we're going to leave that. Okay. Resize the data range to remove the design consulting data series from the chart. So we are going to select the chart again. And then you can see when I select the chart, it selects the rows and columns up here that are included in the chart. So all we have to do is go to this corner here and drag it up so that we are no longer including design consulting, and our chart adjusted and we are good to go. Okay, that's it for page 1. Yay. All right, onward and upward. So now what we're going to do is it says select cell A1. I don't know why it says to do it on here, and then select the break even tab, but that's what we do. So I want to select A1, I believe, but we're not going to do anything with that anyway. Just has us select it. And then step 10 says review break-even formulas and build the data source for a line chart. So all we're going to do here, it was a little confusing to me at first, but all we're going to do is just look at the different formulas. And then it tells you what the formula should be, that the margin per unit calculated by subtracting the variable cost from the sales price. You really don't do anything with that. You need to know that. It's kind of a red herring in the instructions, in my opinion. But all you need to do is select this cell and look at it. Select this cell. Just make sure that your formulas are there. And then review the references and formulas in row 15, which is down here. It's just going to go across, looking at your formula bar up here to see where things are, kind of. And so all our formulas are in there. And then we're going to build a table for the chart by copying the formulas in row 15 to the blank rows below it, up to and including row 24. So we are going to go all the way across, I believe, in row 15. Okay, all the way across. And then I don't think we want to include B in there. We're just going to go row 15 here and include it down, I believe. Gotta get that itty bitty little X and then bring it down like that. Okay, up to and including copying the formulas in row 15 to the blank rows below it. Yeah, so we don't want to do that one. That row was not blank. Okay, so next up, okay, I just got a strange text, but at any rate. Okay, so now we are going to create a line chart. So we're going to select rows B, right here including sold, B14, so we want to include the title, to C24, so all the way down there, but also E14 to F24. So we hold down our control key, and then we can select these columns as well. And it says create a 2D line chart. So we're going to go up here to the Insert tab. Insert. This is our icon for line charts. 2D line chart with markers. So we're going to do with a marker for each line. So we have markers on both those lines. So we're going to choose this one. And then we're going to position the chart to at A26 to start off with. So we're going to pull it down here. I don't know why this wants to be so ornery. It's going to go right there. And then we want to go to H45. So again, we're going to come all the way over to H, down to 45, watching to make sure we're not too short or too long. And there we go. Okay, so now we're going to edit the source data. So we have our chart selected, and then up in the chart design tab, over in the data group, we're going to do, select data. Okay, so it wants us to click edit in the horizontal axis labels. That's right here. We're going to click edit, and then we are going to select cells B15 to B24. So we're going to go here, not include the title, only that one column to B24 right there, and we're going to click OK. Then it wants us to come over here to the legend entries and deselect sold. So we're going to do that and then click OK. Okay, on to step 13. We're going to edit. I'm going to click out of this. Edit our chart title just like we did on the other page, we're going to get the text box, and we're going to do break even in units, like that. Okay? Now we're going to display and format chart elements using the chart element quick button. So when we highlight the chart, the whole chart, this plus is the chart element quick button. And we're going to position the legend at the top. So we're going to go down here to legend. This little arrow next to us is going to give us more options. And we're going to choose top. And you can see our legend goes to the top. We're also, excuse me, going to display the primary major vertical grid lines. So again, if we go here to grid lines, it's going to give us primary major vertical. So we want primary major vertical as well. So now you see we get kind of this checkerboard effect. Okay, and we're going to format both the vertical and the horizontal grid lines with black text 1, lighter 50% for the shape outline. So we're going to select, see all these little dots on the side here? So that has the horizontal ones. So we're going to go up under format and choose black lighter text 50%, which is this one right here. And then we have to do the other ones as well. So then we're going to get the vertical ones. So go in and do those with the same thing. And then again, for the outside of our chart, I always like to click off and clear everything away and then go back and select. We're going to do a 1-point black text one. So just like we did on the other one, we're going to come in here and do the color. And then we're also going to do the weight of 1. Oops, my color did not go. Format. There we go. And then do weight. Oops, 1. Okay. There we go. Okay, now we're going to apply a shadow effect to the plot area. A chart is made up of a bunch of different portions. So we have the title, the legend, the grid lines. This whole thing is the chart area. And if you let your mouse rest, it will tell you. This in the middle, this is the plot area. You can't really see it. My cursor covers it up. But that's because that's where you plot your values, is going across. So we are going to apply, we're going to click in there, number 1. And this is our whole plot area right here. And then we're going to do a bottom right shadow effect. So we're going to go to chart design. And then I think we're going to go, whoops, I'm sorry, we're not. We're going to go to format. And we're going to do shape effects. And then we're going to go to shadow. And right here you can tell it's on the bottom offset. And if you put your mouse there, it says offset bottom right. So we're going to do that and see how we get this little shadow around it here. So that all works. Okay, now we're going to change the sales price to $2.25 in cell B5. And I think I missed a step a while back. I think I was supposed to change that to 200 at some point. Hang on one second, because I don't want to steer you guys wrong and have you lose points. Somewhere in here, 8. I know I was supposed to change that. Hang on, from when I did this exercise before. Aha! 10D. I was supposed to change this to 200. So I'm going to do that. Change B5 to 200. So I want to make sure I do that. And review, make sure this was 200. And now I can go in. Hopefully I'm not going to lose points on that, because that changed my whole chart and everything. But if I do, I do. But just know you were supposed to change that to 200 way back when. Nobody's perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to change my sale price to $2.25. I'm going to submit this. I'll let you guys know what score I get on it. We'll see. Okay. So now we're going to complete our worksheet formatting, it says. So select cells A1 to A3 and change the font size to 16. So we're going to go up here and do that. Okay, and now we're going to select cells A1 to A3 and go all the way over to H3 actually. And we're going to center the cells across selection. So you want to go into this alignment section here and you'll get more choices there. So if you go horizontal, you'll see it says center across selection. I'm not sure you'll see that anywhere else but there. It's not the same as merge and center, I don't believe. I tried that before, I didn't get the same effect, so just be careful. Then select cell A1, and it says set the page for landscape orientation, center the page horizontally, and scale it to fit one page. All of that is going to be in the alignment group, but on different tabs. So first of all, we're going to do landscape hang on here. Select cell 1. We're going to go into page layout. I'm sorry, page layout and page setup is where we're going to go for that right here. So we're going to go here. We're going to set it for landscape right here. Then we're going to go to margins, and we're going to center it horizontally, and then back to page, and we're going to fit to 1 page wide by 1 page tall. And then we're going to say OK. And now we're going to save and close our workbook. I'm going to go through and make absolutely certain. 16, 17, yep, that's where we're at. So I'm going to go save and close my workbook, and then we are done. So I'm going to save, because I already saved this to my desktop. So I'm just going to go in and save it, and I'll be good to go. Okay, let me know if you have any questions or need any help.